Hi everyone, welcome back to the Geordie Views. Newcastle United were held 2-2 by Southampton yesterday, so we'll winless run to the season continues. And that just really did feel like a loss, to be honest. I'm grateful we got a draw, but it just felt like a loss. Looking at the starting 11, why is Steve Bruce still persistent with a 5-3-2 formation? It did work well towards the end of last season, but I just think the formation has run its course, and it is time to switch up to a 4-2-3-1 potentially. I mentioned this on fan on a couple of videos after the game. It's time to switch up, look to a 4-2-3-1 formation. And I thought it was harsh on Jamaal Lewis and Ryan Fraser to not start, because I thought they played well on Wednesday night. First half, Southampton were all over Gineppo, Mr. Sitter, but really they were just wasting a lot of chances. I mean, even when we did get the ball, Murphy did look good, but ESM, he was a lot better in the second half, but I've just seen him offside a couple of times. Very, very frustrating. Stay onside. But, just not a lot of service for ASM and Wilson. I think the only good thing about the first half was chanting, "We want Brucey out." And then, finally, we're back in the stadiums. Football still isn't improving. And, we're getting that frustration out, letting them know that he needs to go, because whilst we've not been in the ground, we've only been able to say stuff on social media, say that we want Steve Bruce gone, but now we can finally chant it in the stadium, and that'll put more pressure on him. You look at when we put pressure on Alan Pardew to leave. I mean, the pressure had obviously gone down by the time he left the club, because we did have a good run. But I feel like maybe that played a part in him leaving for Crystal Palace. I mean, obviously Crystal Palace coming in was the main reason he left. But I think, obviously, you get my point. And Steve McClaren were as well. We were in a worse position when Steve McClaren was sacked. Was it 10 games to go? I mean, the situation was actually that bad that even Rafa Benitez couldn't manage to save her. I'm hoping the board just don't make the same mistake and wait until it's too late to sack Bruce. And then, if they do bring in a good manager, not just back him just to get out the championship, then, potentially lose him because you're not backing him in the Premier League if he gets up. That's, of course, if we get relegated. But, I think it's good that we're finally putting the pressure on Bruce, and hopefully, if we could keep it up, you never know, he might just get sacked or walk. I mean, he said stuff like, "Oh, I'm never going to walk." We'll see him walk out of many clubs: Wigan, Birmingham, Crystal Palace, Sheffield Wednesday. But second half, it was better. The first goal came. It was a good ball. I think it was Shea who played it to Jacob Murphy. He puts in, and it's a brilliant header from Callum Wilson to make it to 1-0. 2 goals in 2 home games for him. Finally getting to play in front of the fans and get himself some goals. He should have played Wednesday night, to be honest, against Burnley. I mean, we really could have done with him for the shootout. But the second goal for the equaliser for Southampton, Redmond played it in. Elyounoussi, who I said we were all the players to watch out for after getting a hat-trick against Newport, gets there. Richie's not marking him. I think it was parried out by Woodman, but only back into Elyounoussi. It's a scrappy goal, but they're all counted. It's 1-1. Terrible defending there. And I think Jamaal Lewis, he should be getting a run on the side. over Matt Ritchie's not in form because Ritchie's out of form at the minute. He made some subs. He brought on Ryan Fraser. He brought on Joelinton for Wilson. I'm hearing Wilson's out the game against Man United. The result, I mean, it probably won't affect the result, but I'm worried if he's out for a long time. But he brings on Joelinton. But, you know, Fraser should have just been on sooner. Like, I would have started him ahead of Almiron. Because he does offer ball than Almiron. And we'll get on the counter-attack later on in the game. ASM gives it to Joelinton. Joelinton does well. Finds Fraser. He's in a lot of space. Has a shot. It's cleared off the line, but it comes back to ASM. And he scores. It's his first goal at St James's Park with fans there. And obviously goes into the crowd, hugs them. Brilliant. You're thinking, we've got the win here. We're finally going to get a win here. Nah. Newcastle, typical Newcastle. Ball played to Armstrong. He's brought down by Lascelles. VAR checks it. It's given as a penalty. I saw it on the screen from where I sat in the ground. And the referee was right to give the penalty. And that was what VAR is there for. Because, you know, if we got denied a penalty like that before VAR, we would have complained at the referee. Ward-Prowse stepped up. It's a good penalty. Woodman went the right way, but wasn't saving that. And we drew 2-2, and just as I predicted, not good enough. And I'm dreading Manchester United away after the international break, especially Cristiano Ronaldo potentially making his debut against Spurs. Even if he's only on the bench, it's going to give a boost to the Manchester United fans. You know, the hammered Leeds 5-1 in their first home game of the season. And I'm really worried for what they could do to her. But, yeah, that's all I've got to say for the video. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel. Check out my social media pages in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.